But speaking of problematic, Kanye West sold out 2 shows in LA.
Wish I was there.
Good for
What,
Kanye.
you do?
I would
Good
love
for
to.
Kanye.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Why?
Like people
I wouldn't pay for it. Though.
No, I'm just
Good for
like
Kanye.
black people supporting Kanye. This is crazy to me now.
Why?
I mean, like y'all, that's y'all. That's
For what reason?
for every reason. There's so many reasons. Like
We can't separate the man from the madness.
no, you still no. See, all right. So like when I look at that, right? When people say, okay, you want to separate the guy from the music or whatever it is, like you get the total package of the individual. You can't like it's like if you're dating
I
somebody.
agree with a lot of stuff Kanye rants about. I just don't like his rants. But a lot of the stuff that he says, I absolutely agree with him.
Be
careful.
Yeah,
And I just feel like certain things, people like Kanye, he's gonna just say it. And it might not sound good. And sometimes I'll be like, damn, why would he say that?
I think he got autism.
listen. Nah, we not doing that.
Spectrism.
We look.
He on a spectrism.
Kanye dressed up in a KKK robe. He went on national TV and said slavery was a choice. I'm cool. I'm good. There's nothing. There isn't.
No, but
That's what I'm saying.
slavery is a choice.
What?
Even right now.
Wait, whoa.
That's why Nat Turner decided that he didn't want it. That's why they revolted because they chose that they didn't want to do that no more and had more than the 75 people that decided that they was going to do. If all the slaves would have said, you know what, we right? The same way now, we outnumber them and we decide that we're going to let them play in our face and kill this person over Skittles and get on his knee. And we decide to not do nothing and we yell and march, but we don't do nothing. So that's what he's saying. He's saying that we don't do nothing, but if we decided to do something, and I mean, do with that part of the video what you want, but in real life, it is a choice.
Yeah, but you're saying that from a 2026 mentality.
No, there was a revolt on August 22nd and August 21st and August 22nd. I don't know the year. Nat Turner and I think 75 slaves tried to do what nobody else. And in real life, there were way more other revolts. But in this country, they don't want to tell you how many times slaves put massa head on somebody's porch. They don't want to tell you how many times black people did try to not be slaves, because then that would empower us now to do certain things. They don't want to see us build and come together and fight or decide that we're not taking certain things because they scared that we going to do to them what they did to us.
Right. No, I know. I agree. That part is yes.
So what Kanye said about that? No,
but saying that black people chose to be enslaved
again. He said it. That's what I'm trying to say. Kanye said that wrong. Because when I heard him, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I thought. But then I said, what she just said in my head. Like, bro, what he's really saying is like, we did not rise up until, like she just said, we didn't rise up like we can. Just like right now,
we still like
even right now with all this pedophilia came out in our country, I'm looking like, when, like who's gonna rise up?
Oh no,
not
taking
out. You said stop.
This is white people.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Where are those white people that was running in? But I'm just talking about people rising up. I feel like that's what he's saying. We get stuck in situations sometimes because we just, in a sense, accept our laws.
But
that's what I feel like he was saying, but he said it wrong.
I understand the notion of what you guys are speaking from. I understand that. I get that. But to simply say that black people, which Kanye did say at the time, chose to be enslaved is just crazy. You have to think about the time and the times that they were in. We're thinking now, because we have the freedoms and liberties that we do, that we would not allow something like that to happen. But you're talking about in the 1800s when, no, they did not have that going. There was no education. They had no privy to any of that stuff. They were literally victims of their circumstance.
I think
so. It can't
right
be.
Now, though. I think it could happen right now.
No, it couldn't. There's no way.
I think that. Yep. No. I'm saying no. This is what I'm saying. I think they. I think our country is so. They could find a certain state. They can go to certain places. You see how they rounding up
and enslave.
That would never happen.
Bro, do you see what's going on? There's children in ICE facilities on islands because they're all impregnated because they were raped and they moving them. What do you think they're doing with people that they're taking? Do you understand? They're still slaves in the world.
Yeah, but
Go ahead. They will have to start a war or some type of something anarchy for them to try to enslave black people right now.
There
It will be, I'm telling you.
Well, that's only in jail. Jail is the legal way to get out. And that's why it's more of us in jail.
But that's the other thing. Black people ain't in fear of white people the same way. That's
not at all.
It's not about
that's what I'm saying. We're in different times now.
They walking around with guns and feeling like that.
Exactly.
But I'm not even talking about fear of white people. I'm not even talking about black people.
But the fear has a lot to do with it.
I'm talking about fear of people in general. I'm talking about in general. Forget black and white. Because our country will put whoever the hell they want right now in a facility or slave them. I'm you are. So that's off the board at this point. What I'm saying is, as a people are fearful. You know what I'm saying? People are fearful to stand up. People are fearful to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? And rise up against. So like he just said, there would have to be, like, it would have to be anarchic. Not really. Maybe, yeah, if they came to the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? But
we overpopular. We are.
But I'm saying, I'm talking about people. I'm talking about slaving people. Stop saying black. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about people. Because they're not doing that no more in America. It ain't no more black and white.
Rich and poor.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's very much in class.
You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't about being scared of white people anymore. It's about what I'm trying to say is what I'll be trying. Like, I feel like Kanye's message under all that be, let's stop being. You know what I'm saying? And when you see fight against it, he don't know how to say that, but that's the reality of that message.
If they came at us as a people, if we was all to be united,
that's what they about to do.
And that's what they're going to do.
That's what they about to do.
Be even worse.
That's why people need to make sure we all on the same page and ain't falling for that race bait. Because they taking us as a group now. It's like you said, it's going to be high and low. The end. It's
but I think poor black people ain't allowing a white man to come in. Nah, I don't really think that's the. But the I understand again that what you guys are trying to say in terms of what, like, translating what Kanye was trying to say, rather.
Right.
But it just sounds crazy when he's just.
It does.
We can't just like brush over slavery in that way. But for me personally, I stopped messing with him a long time ago. Like
I here for the music. R. Kelly.
But even wait, what?
He's saying he still listens to R. Kelly.
I do. I listen to 6ix9ine.
I don't care. Yeah, I listen to
I don't fuck with 6ix9ine at all. It's not.
I mean, I never liked the
music.
None about him was ever appealing.
Because if we was really gonna do that, would we even have a soundtrack? Because it's like when it comes to us, it's like, oh, cancel this and like, but it's like. But y'all still, not y'all, but they still have Elvis. Like, it's so many people that was doing so many things. And it's just like, we supposed to cancel our people and we supposed to, and it's like, I definitely understand. But I'm separating the person in certain, for that, in certain
music.
And that,
for me, I stopped messing with Kanye once all that stuff happened. The Kanye that I will listen to now predates all of this.
Right.
So I'm talking about
but that's not canceling Kanye.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy Kanye. That Kanye is cool. I mess with that Kanye. The Kanye post that, I can't.
I mean, I'm not like checking for his music like that right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, y'all do.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I still listen to old stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm still listening to old
stuff. I know. I had friends that went to the concert and all that. And I mean, listen, however y'all want to do it, y'all want to do it. For me, I think for just us as a whole, we give too much grace when we're disrespected. I don't like that. And I feel like somebody, we get people that play in our face, like you're saying, talk to us in a derogatory manner, and we get over it. And we're just expected to get over it.